They underestimated you until now. The truth just hit them like a bombshell. They've been looking down on you. You've been underrated. They have had no clue who you are. They've had no clue who they are talking about. They've been talking about you non-stop, but it has been a lot of untruths. They don't know a thing about you. They don't know who they're talking about. In fact, the little they know is the little you've wanted them to see. For some of you who post on social media, people only see an iota of what you're about, and they think they know you. If they could have only seen the bigger picture, if they could have only seen the bigger extent of who you are and what you're about and your achievements and how much of a champion you are, the chosen one you are, so blessed by God, so gifted, so talented. If they only knew, they've been underestimating you, but they have no clue that you're royalty, blessed by the Almighty. The blood that is flowing in you is royal. They've only seen a small part of it, like the tip of the iceberg, and they don't even understand what they're seeing. Even with that tip of the iceberg, they're seeing. A lot of people have been talking about you negatively. They don't even know that you're miles ahead of them. They don't even know how much of a winner you are. How much of an advancing man, how much of an advancing woman you are. They don't even know that greatness is in their presence. They don't even know that you can teach them so much. I said they've been underestimating you, but now they're getting the shock of their life. It's like a bombshell. They're speechless. They were clueless about you, the chosen one, listening to me, the advancing man or advancing woman watching right now on this advancing channel. That is okay. Let them take you for granted. Let them laugh at you. Let them treat you with contempt. Let them make fools out of themselves. Because they don't know who they're talking about. Furthermore, they don't realize that all of this negativity is working in your favor. These people do not know how rich they've made you. These people do not know how they've set you up for accomplishment, for victory. How all of these disappointments you encountered were blessings in disguise. How all of the pain they put you through would have worked in your favor. I've often said that if you hate somebody, leave them alone, especially somebody like you. They should have left you alone, because all of that negativity has inspired you along your journey. When they say it can't be done, Now you can show them that it can be done. Now you can prove them wrong. Had they kept their big mouths shut, perhaps you wouldn't have done it. But now that they've talked a bunch of nonsense, you're proving them wrong. And it doesn't mean that you are doing it for them, but you have that motivation. Now, this thing is on your mind. Now it is clear in your mind. Now you've focused on it. Now they've just reminded you that you have things to do, that you have things to accomplish, to win at. Now they have just reminded you of that talent that is in you, that you should put out, of those gifts you have, that you should put out, that you should nurture, that you should win big with, by using these gifts, by using these talents. All of the negativity they've sent your way, it is working in your favor. You are somebody who knows how to take lemons and make a lemonade. You're not about to cry. And even if you cried before, that is okay. Even if you were in tears before, that is okay. You're not staying there. You're not continuing to cry. Your cries will turn to joy. Your tears will turn to laughter, to victory. Your failures will turn to victory. Like Thomas Edison said, I have not failed. I have found 10,000 ways in which a light bulb won't work. So it may seem on some level that you have failed, but all of this is setting you up for victory, for success. Failure is part of success. Fail and fail and fail and continue to fail, because in the end you will succeed. You are learning what works and what doesn't work. So you are the type of person who sees every disappointment as a blessing. They didn't know who they were dealing with. The go-getter that you are. And for many of you, just because you don't boast, you don't brag, you're not always telling everybody about your accomplishments. And if you tell somebody about your accomplishments, it is to inspire them, not to brag. If you tell somebody about what you're working on, it's to inspire them. It's to provide value. It is not to say, hey, look at me, I'm better than you. So just because you don't brag or boast, they think you're small. They've thought for so long that you're ordinary. They've been underestimating you as the breeze blows in nature. Give the video a thumbs up. Smash that like button, everybody. They've been underestimating you. You've been underrated. Just because you're not out there showing off, you're not a show off, they think they know your business. They've been looking at what's not working in your life. They've been looking at your failures, what you've lost at, and they've been amplifying it. They're amplifying the negative. They're amplifying what is not working out. And that is how they've deluded themselves. That is how they've become delusional. Because while they were amplifying this small thing in their mind, bigger things have been happening for you. There are bigger things that they're blind to, and that is how they're lost. That is how they don't get it. That is how they're clueless. As leaves or a leaf falls on me. I'm in nature. Who's here with me? You're here with me vibrationally. How about that? On a spiritual level, how about that? And that is why I'm sending good vibes your way. Blessings your way. Good energy. Let me tell you, the air here is so pure. Good air, good oxygen. So healthy, so healthy. And I'm here. Receive all of that goodness. Receive all of that goodness. Somebody type, I receive it. Receive the good vibes. Somebody type, I receive it. Receive a blessing. Somebody type, I receive it. Receive the positivity. Somebody type, I receive it. Let me tell you, they cannot stop you because you're always blessing yourself, not cursing yourself. You're sending good vibes your way. And sometimes somebody will be around you and, they're negative. They're telling you how things will not work out. You don't want to hear it. They will be mad at you, but you don't want to hear it. And some people will be like, but that is the truth. That is the reality. I don't want to hear it. I know of somebody, I heard a story about somebody. His voicemail message was, you've reached, let's call him John. You've reached John, and I want to feel good. If your message is intended to make me feel bad, you've reached the wrong person. Some people want to call you to give you bad news constantly. Where if something happens, God forbid a family member dies, I could understand that. But some people, sad story, and that is not even relevant. I want to feel good. So I'm sending these good vibes your way. But even more than that is the fact that people who once underestimated you are finding out that you're all the way up. They're finding out that you're a champion, that you're a winner, that you're super talented, that you're super blessed. They're realizing, wow, they really underestimated you. They're realizing that you're miles ahead of them. They're realizing that they had no idea who you are or were. They were looking at the wrong indicators all along. And like we've seen, you way ahead of them. They are realizing that they can learn so much from you. You have been through so much. You've learned so much. You're qualified right now because you've been through so much. You can help people. All of the negativity that was sent your way has made you stronger. And furthermore, you're somebody who is a believer. You're somebody who is about faith, not fear. Faith, not fear. Somebody type it, faith, not fear. That is what you're about. And like it said in the Bible over 300 times, fear not, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, God is with you. So many passages of scripture talk about not being afraid, being vibrationally aligned to what you want, knowing that everything is working out for you, knowing that you will have what you want, contrary to what have been said. So you're that type of person who knows that you are a winner, who knows that you are a champion, who knows that you're the chosen one. And it doesn't matter what amount of negativity they send your way, you continue knowing, you continue believing, you continue having faith. And because of your faith, because you know, they cannot stop you. Because you're aligned to greatness, they cannot stop you. Everything they've said about you that was negative amounts to nothing because you're saying something different, because you have a different story, because you're singing a different song, because you're vibrationally aligned to success, to victory. And you didn't have to brag. You didn't have to boast. You're confusing a lot of people right now. They're trying to decode you. They cannot understand. They cannot decode you. Once upon a time, they really thought you were ordinary. Because when they looked at you, they realized that you're just here living simply. They didn't realize that they were talking about an accomplished person. It reminds me of And I saw a video, I saw a picture just yesterday of three men, two with big, heavy gold chains, or perhaps it's fake. Two of them, and one in the middle, he has no gold chain. And somebody who doesn't really get it, they will think that the person in the middle is the poor man. Whereas those with the big gold chains are rich. But that is an illusion. You can't tell. Very often the one with zero chains, zero gold chains, zero fake gold chains is the one who has a good savings, is the one who is doing well, is the one who with the big house, with the mansion, is the one who is rich. So you can't tell. It's like Jay-Z. When he was a millionaire, he had all of this jewelry. And when he became a billionaire, he got rid of all of it. In other words, he's not wearing it. The richest men on the planet, they dress simply. You understand? Mark Zuckerberg hardly wears a suit. You get the point? So they were looking at you and looking at the outward appearance and judging you wrongly based on what they were just seeing, based on that physical thing they were seeing, based on what you allowed them to see. They were judging you based on that, but they didn't understand what was inward. They didn't understand that it's not about the outward, it's about what's inside. It's about what's within. They were looking at what's without, but how about what's within? How about who you really are? How about your character? How about your connection with God, with the divine? They were underestimating you, but they didn't realize how blessed you are. How much you're on the path of righteousness. You never said you were perfect. They didn't understand who they were talking about, who they were dealing with. And now they're getting the shock of their life. Somebody told them about your accomplishments. They realized that you're a winner. And for many of you, even if you've not manifested your heart's desires fully as yet, you're on that path. You're on that path of victory. And people can see that you're on the advancing path. You shouldn't be taken for granted. And when they realize that, they get the shock of their life. They're speechless. It hits them like a ton of bricks. It's a bombshell. They underestimated you, but they were dead wrong. They were dead wrong about you. They had no idea who they were dealing with. And some of them were loud before. Wow, I'm hearing various sounds in nature. Not sure what it is, whether a branch broke or bird flew. I love it, hearing nature. So they realized that they were dead wrong about you. They were looking down on a real champion, a winner. So don't worry about what they say. No matter where you are, you may be down there in the valley where things are not working out for you fully like they were before, especially on a micro level, especially in the short term. But the bigger picture is that you are a champion, you are a winner. Ultimately, you win. So you may be there and they're laughing, they're mocking. Let them laugh. Let them mock. It is not about the first laugh, it is about the last laugh. And ultimately, victory shall be yours. And when that day comes, they will be embarrassed and ashamed. They won't believe it. They judged you wrong. I said it doesn't matter what they say. What matters is what you say. It doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you think. What matters is your faith. What matters is your belief. What matters is the fact that you know that you're up there, that you're all the way up, that you're the head, not the tail. They judged you wrong. They were dead wrong about you. They don't get to decide. They are wrong, wrong, wrong. Any negative thing they say, wrong, wrong, wrong. Wrong. Somebody type wrong. Let me see who's here with us. As we're here on this advancing channel, I'm sending good vibes your way. It's beautiful out here in nature. I'm chilling. I see butterflies. I see birds. Right now, I see them flying about. I see a bee. I wish you could have seen it too. And I send good vibes your way, sending you loads of positive energy. You are valued and greatly appreciated. Big up every one of you, every advancing visionary, luminary, explorer, Antonicus Aurelius, Jacqueline Hicks, big up yourself. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mantius. Like, share, subscribe. And I am saying one love, God bless, and all the best.